Hello to everyone out there in our viewing audience. This is Minister J.R. Edwards, and this is my lovely wife,
Lady Kiana Edwards.
And we would like to ask you two questions. Are you tired of hearing bad news? And would you like to hear some good news?
Don't miss the bridge.
All right, here we go. Let's go. All right, so James, look, man. Look, your mom had a birthday. Look, bro, I'm going to have to call you back. Fee, you on there? Look, I'm going to have to call you back. I got to get ready for the show. All right, talk to y'all. Hey, welcome to the bridge. Y'all caught me. Look. I was handling a little business talking to Phyllis, our narrator, and making sure everything is right for the show tonight. Look, do me a favor. Like, share, comment with everybody. We have an excellent show in store for you all on tonight. So I need you to go ahead and do it. Share, like. I see it. Put me some hearts on the screen. Look, we have Tommy Reginald Bennett in the studio tonight. And look, we're gonna deal with some controversial subjects and topics tonight. You don't get ready. You just have to get ready. Tommy Bennett is the NAACP president of the Danville chapter. And again, we got it's juicy. So y'all know Tommy, you know what we're about to discuss. Look, we have the singer, VASTISH Cooper. She is here with us tonight. We have the Bridge Band that's here tonight. So look, because I'm talking to Tommy, I got to get out of these. I know I'm suited and booted right now, but I got to get up out of these. And look, before I go over to the next segment, what do you guys think about what's about to take place or what has already taken place today? It is dealing with, I think her name is Miss Jackson. I can't say her first name. I think it's Katendra or something like that. I was going to look at my phone so I could try to pronounce her name, but she has been, what is that? I can't even think of the word, right? Confirmed basically as the first African-American Supreme Justice. That's a big movement, a big statement. Hey, ladies, this is y'all's time. This is y'all's time and y'all's season right now. And look, we haven't forgot about Vladimir Putin or Putin and all that stuff that's going on, dealing with the bombing. I read on yesterday how he bombed about 400, and I think it had to deal with kids and everything. But look, we still got great news that's getting ready to take place, and things is getting ready to happen for you. Things are getting ready to happen for me. Things are getting ready to happen great in our lives. So get ready. Get ready. Tommy Bennett is up next. I'm ready to get up out of this right now. Look, whoa, it's about to go down. So go ahead, like, share, comment, and get ready. Hey, Chris, take me to the bridge.
Coming to you live from the bridge. Today's guests are local NAACP President Tommy Bennett and musical guest Miss VASTISH Cooper.
All right, welcome back to the bridge. I have my sister, my girl, the Coop. I call her Coop. Hey, Coop.
What's going on, Jay?
Look, she's going to sing, "Oh, give thanks unto the Lord." Look, Coop, do your thing. Take us away.
All right. How many know the Lord is worthy to be praised? Say, oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is good. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Yes, he is good. For he is worthy, worthy. For he is good. Yes, he is good. For he is worthy, worthy. For he is good.
we're back. Welcome back to the bridge. Look, today, go ahead and like, share, comment with everybody. Let them know that the bridge is on. And guess who my guest is today? We've been advertising it. It's none other than my friend, Tommy Bennett. How are you doing today, Tommy?
I feel good all over.
That's
Yes.
my man. Tommy, man, I have admired, all the work that you've done. I've watched you over the years, and for many that don't know, you're AKA the Aruba Tommy from the Tom Joyner Morning Show, correct?
From Tom Joyner Morning Show, from Roland Martin, TV One, WVON, Chicago, and U.S. Radio out of Norfolk.
Wow. Now, Tommy, before I get into the formalities, everything, the word I want to ask you, it's like an icebreaker that I do for all the guests that have come by thus far. Your friend, Mayor Jones, has come by. Chad Martin, Councilman Chad Martin, Antonio
Yes.
Fitzgerald, Tebber. So you're known literally all over. But before we go there, what comes to your mind when you hear Black history?
What comes to my mind? As a kid growing up in Danville, not being able to be equal. Going to the movie theater, I was escorted to the balcony. Going to all Black schools. I went to Grassley School on New Street, which is now New Hope Church. We were pushed off the sidewalks. We were called the N-word from students who attended Stonewall Jackson or Woodrow Wilson on Main Street when we would walk to school. And it got so bad. But one of the most things reminds me of Black history is how those 4 little girls in Alabama, in Birmingham, was on their way to Sunday school, and they were bombed. That's one of the reasons that I can get up and vote. And anybody who can get up and vote, because those kids were there for the Voting Rights March, and they were in Sunday school, and they were bombed. So the number of people have lost their lives between that time and now. That's what I can say.
Now, you are now the NAACP president of the Danville branch.
That's correct.
Now, how did that come about?
It happened overnight. I was in the process, I had retired from Chicago. I was working for Congressman Jesse Jackson Jr. on Capitol Hill, and his office was out of Chicago. And I was really coming back to Danville just to drop some things off, sell family property that my parents had left and grandparents. And my plan was to move to Key West, Florida. But when I got here, my god sister, Tanya Mitchell, was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she passed away. And I couldn't leave my godmother here all alone. So I stayed, and it was during the pandemic. So, and after that, I was asked by some of the members would I run, and I was like, no way will I take that job, because the Reverend Doyle Thomas had it for 43 years. Wow. And then attorney Greg Hairston did it for 20 years. So I said, oh, no way. Tommy Bennett will not do that job. And guess what?
Tommy Bennett is doing it.
I ran for it, I won, and it was just God's faith that he wanted me to have it.
Now, Tommy, you have been blessed to travel around the world and meet some of the greatest of greats. How did even the Tom Joyner and the Jesse Jackson, how did that come about?
Well, first of all, the Tom Joyner Morning Show, I was in with two of my girlfriends from Hampton. I went to the Sinbad Music Festival in Aruba. I was just cutting up from the audience, having a good time in Aruba, laughing, drinking, getting a tan. And cognac can make you say things that you ordinarily wouldn't say. And so I was coming through the hotel lobby. I was happy because I had been in the casino and I won all this money. And so I won my trip money back and I was having, so I got in the lobby, I saw all these people there. I said, what are y'all doing out here? They was like, it's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. It's live right here. So I told my girlfriends, let's stay here for the Tom Joyner Show. I stayed for the show, went to the restroom, came back. A lady had taken my seat. You don't take my seat. I got in a big argument with her. And this was like 10 rows back. A lady on the front row said, I'm going back to my room. You can have my seat. And I got on the front row. And that's when the show started. And the question of the day with Tom Joyner Morning Show, if you know the show, they always had question of the day. Mm-hmm. And the question of the day was, what do you like best about Aruba? And they passed the mic around. Some people said, I like the hotel, I like the food, I like the beach. When they got to me, there was like one last person. And they put the mic to me and they said, what do you like best about Aruba? I said, the men. So J. Anthony Brown said, player, I think we got us one. So Jay asked a question. They said, we are looking for a gay character to do our morning show. Are you just playing or are you really gay? I said, well, if you don't believe me, you can ask him, and him. I was just pointing out folks, right. And they was falling off the chairs. And so they asked, where are you from? I said, I'm from Danville, Virginia. So J. Anthony Brown said, well, what is there to do in Danville? I said, in Danville, only two things you can do. They said, what? I said, go to church and date married men. That's all there's to do in Danville. So Tom said, now, I got this position open. The show producer flew me up to Maryland to do a show, the second show. And from that point, I got the job and I traveled the world doing the morning show, doing the raising money for HBCUs. And it was just wonderful.
Wow. Now, Thomas, since you brought that up, we had a conversation, as you know, in the barbershop.
Yes.
And you talked about why what you said with the men at the
yes.
at Aruba.
Yes.
Now, you made a comment that I want to bring to our viewers, because one thing I've noticed that the LGBT community, community.
It's so many alphabets. It's LGBTQ, ROMOUSE.
It's so many, but in the community, and a lot of things are misunderstood, and some questions are never asked.
Right.
And, many people try to shun those that are homosexual. But you made a comment that has resonated with me for over few weeks now.
Yes.
And we were talking, and you said that you don't agree with same-sex marriage.
No, I don't.
But you do agree with like they having equal rights.
Well, one of the first things I would like to say, I was raised part Baptist, part Pentecostal, and I was in a youth revival, and I was called out. I was 16, and I was called out by a minister. I won't call his name, but I was called out who was preaching against homosexuality. Do you know that was the same? I was 16. That was the first time I ever been approached by a man. The same person who was preaching against it was the person who approached me. And so that's why, even at my age now, you can have an altar call right now. I won't go. Because I have a phobia about altar calls.
Wow.
And so that's why. And I was on a panel in Washington, D.C. And, you know, when it's election time, where you have the left and the right, and they were talking about, because this big issue was coming up on same-sex marriage. And when the question got to me, was a young man on the panel was an attorney from UVA. I thought the young man was gay, so I asked him, I was like, so when did you come out? And he said, excuse me, I'm not gay, I'm straight. I'm here fighting for my grandmother and her partner who raised me. So I was like, excuse me, are you telling me that your grandmama is gay? And he said, yes. And they raised me, gave me the biggest wedding. I went to law school. But he said, I'm fighting for their rights because I don't want my grandmother or her partner to die, and the family will put them out of the house. Because if you have a partner and you're not married or you have paperwork, the judge will rule unto the family. That family have rights. But if you don't have paperwork or marriage work, just like you and your wife would have, if something happened to you today, no one can come here and put you out of your house, not your wife's family.
Right. So it's basically more so of the civil union versus same sex.
Yes. Now, just because how I was raised in the church and what I believe in, I wouldn't do it. Same sex is not marriage. It's not for me. I can't take that chance with my life. I'm too much of a believer. And I know folks said, this is my answer. God made me. He knows who I am. So I was never molested. I was never gone through anything. It chose me. At the age of 5, 6 years old, guys were saying in the playground and at school, man, we're not playing with you. I was like, why? Because you sweet, you a sissy, you soft, you sugar. So I went home crying. I told my grandma, I said, they call me sweet and sugar and honey. My grandmama said, Tommy, those are all good names. Don't worry about that. They're all good names. And my friend whose funeral I just did last week, John Michael Fisher, who owns Fisher and Watkins Funeral Home. John and I was raised up in the same neighborhood. I was the only one in the neighborhood who my dad built me a basketball court. And he did everything he could. I had motorcycle, basketball, football. I was like, pool table. I was so bored because I still wanted to play dress up. But I didn't want any of those toys. But the guys would come to my yard to play basketball, but wouldn't let me play. So John was like, Tommy, let's fight them. If this is your ball and this is your basketball court, you choose the team and I'm going to make sure that you play. That's how it started. And it was a young age. And people don't know why. Nobody really want to be. If I had to choose my life today, that if you had choices, I'd be a white woman with blonde hair, because they have it made in Hollywood. But waiting on a football player to come off the field, that's black. But I wouldn't choose, I don't want to be any different from anyone else. It chooses you. And sometimes everybody in this room got a different shoe size. You didn't choose that. We all got different fingerprints. We didn't choose that. We got different colors. We didn't choose that. It chose you. And that's like my lifestyle. It chose me. I didn't choose it.
Well, look, family, you heard it from Tommy, Aruba Tommy, Mr. NAACP President Tommy Bennett. Look, Tommy, would you be willing to come back on the show? We can continue this.
I sure will.
Look.
I sure will. I got some books and stuff I wanted to bring you, because you know there's 7 scriptures that always want to point us out, and I'm gonna bring you the book, and we're gonna discuss that book.
Well, I know church folk, they always want to bring up the abomination things and different things like this. So we're gonna have a great conversation.
They don't even know. Straight folks get married. They might go to heaven and find out that they were wrong. Because folks just don't know. People get divorced. They say you're not supposed to get married again unless a husband's wife. People will interpret the scripture to fit their interpretation or what they want to do in life.
That's true.
And so every night I pray for forgiveness. Whatever I've done that day, if I'm supposed to eat 1 pork chop and I ate 2, well, Lord forgive me if I overeat.
Look, y'all heard it. Look, so stay tuned, because we're going to bring Mr. Tommy Bennett back to us, and we're going to have a great dialogue on this, because I believe that people do perish for the lack of knowledge, and no one have the opportunity, or they don't sit down or take time to listen to the other side. They just interpret.
They just pick you out of a crowd, pick you apart, and they don't have a clue. But I thank God that I could care less what people think of me. I don't need anybody. And Lord Jesus, my bank account speaks for myself. I don't need not a soul, because the Lord Jesus takes care of me.
The Lord takes care. He reigns on the just as well as the unjust.
Yes, he does.
So, family, we're going to be back next. We have an awesome singing guest. And look, you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned, because we're going to have Mr. Tommy Bennett to come back on another show. Look, Chris, take me to the bridge.
Stay right here, because our next guest is Miss VASTISH Cooper.
Adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just want to say that I love you more than anything. I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just want to say that I love you more than anything. Say, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. Oh, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. I just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. Whoa, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just wanna tell you that I love you more than anything. Oh, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore your holy name. I just gotta tell you that I love you, Lord, I love you more. Yeah. Say, I love you, Jesus. Oh, I worship and adore you. Just wanna tell you that I love you more than anything. I love you, Jesus. Said I worship and adore you. Just wanna tell you I love you. Lord, I love you. I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just wanna tell you, Lord, I love.
Let's bridge the gap with unity. Let's bridge the gap between you and me. Let's bridge the gap. Holistically bridging the gap. Let's bridge the gap with unity. Let's bridge the gap between you and me. Let's bridge the gap. Holistically bridging the gap. Let's bridge the gap.
Hello to everyone out there in our viewing audience. This is Minister J.R. Edwards, and this is my lovely wife.
Lady Kiana Edwards.
And we would like to ask you two questions. Are you tired of hearing bad news?